Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My face is behind the camera because I am walking down the road here along the Kern River, fishing the spring runoff, which is kind of sad actually, but doing it without waders because I don't want to die. I've floated this river one time before with my waders on, and it's not fun. So we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna see if we can pull anything out. I'm fishing a 3-weight 10-foot rod. So as soon as I find a way down here, I'm gonna fish this upstream and see how it goes. Oh, and whenever I'm fishing on the side of the road like this, these are the areas that I look for. Right? I want it to be as difficult as possible to get down to the water. It doesn't stop people that actually want to fish from fishing, but it does, however, stop you know, all the drinkers and people carrying bait and things down here and basically ruining everything. But you'd be surprised. I've come down here before and found entire barbecues and ice chests. So all right. Whew. Erosion. You can see in years past that the water line actually comes all the way up here. Haven't seen it that way in years. All right, see if we can fish this spot out here without dying. Although that'd make for a pretty decent YouTube video, I guess. Ooh, look. That's what we've got going on right now. Oh, get your caddis flies ready. Where'd that go? Just fishing this pocket water and these runs. I'm just gonna keep working my way across. I like fishing these 10-foot rods because I can just lift this rod tip up and that gets my line up out of the current, and it saves me from a lot of mending. I'm gonna let this go in that current. See if I can get on the backside of those rocks out there in that water that you see. See it skipping across like that. I'm gonna pull it like a streamer. There we go. It's a good one. I don't know how good my hook set is. I was pretty deep. I got him right on the lip. Right on the lip. It's a good sized fish. This is when you want your waders. Ooh, there we go. Oh. Slipping and sliding. Yeah. See, it just popped out. Oh. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, I'm gonna move over here to some sand. Oh, yeah, that's a good sized fish. Water's cold. Oh no, buddy. Come on. Look at that. That's a good one. All right, say goodbye, buddy. Back to where you came from, huh? That was a good fish. You can see where I'm fishing, right? This is a nice big deep run here. I'm fishing down deep because this water has been very unpredictable. It's been murky, it's been clear. We've got this big storm that's coming through up here, right? So that's probably raining up there. So all this is changing. Well, I'm happy with that one. You might not, you might want more, but if I don't get any more, I'm happy with that. But they're still young. Until I get rained out or the weather gets really cold or something, we're gonna keep doing this. It's only 7:20 in the morning. So I hooked into that one. It was that pocket water right down at the base of that rock. I had felt a couple hits earlier and I thought I was just getting snagged on things. It's kind of hard when you don't have an indicator, or let's call them what they are, a bobber. But you see, I've got like an old float line on here that doesn't really float, so that works to my benefit. So I just cast out there as far as I want to go, and then that's what I use to cast back upstream with. Man, just barely lip hooked to that one. I'm glad I got him in. See, I was right down in there, but I was on the other side of the rock. So now I'm gonna try to keep this up. Let's see if I can get to the other side of that run. No, not gonna do it. Right over here up against these rocks. This looks like these rocks have an overhang. Yeah, that'll take us over there for sure. I was right in there. Let it drift. So when you're fishing an egg pattern like this pattern is actually called the Kern Candy. And You just want it to drift as naturally as possible. And it's okay if you're, you know, on the swing it starts to rise or whatever, it's fine. Ooh, that one came back at me. All right, I want to get up here in between these rocks up here right after this fall. Cascade. It's technically not high enough. All right, here we go. So typically, I wouldn't really get this close to this edge because I'm going to fish right over the edge of it. But that's the beauty of a nice overcast day like this. So it throws a lot of glare on the water in both directions. Ugh. Ooh, we'll see how this is. I'm just going to tight line this hole. Right as I'm going through, because it's kind of lazy water, just make it dance a little bit. So up and down, give it a little rise. Flick the, right, twitch it on the end. That thing is deep. Thought I had something right there. Got a stick fish. Ah, missed it. Dang. Almost had it. I don't like fishing up here on this knife's edge. But hey, somebody's got to do it. Alright. Keep on moving. Whew, falling off some rocks. Oh, I had one. I just could not set the hook. It's right behind this rock. Right back in there. Just trying to get right on this backside of this rock. There's no presentation, there's no anything. Oh! That time I'm hung up. Thought that was the big one. Amazing how big you think a fish is when it's a rock. The thing is as a fisherman, I know that there's fish right here. Right? I just felt one. I know there's going to be fish behind that rock. Right? The problem is, how do you just leave this spot knowing that they're there and go on to another one to where maybe you'll have a better chance, right? Isn't that what fishing is? All right, the last place that I'm going to fish in this area is, whoa, don't want to fall, but it's going to be right over in there, in between between all those rocks, probably on the other side of that little brown rock right here. The water slows down a bit. Let's see if I can get over there. Getting rained on. Now, I don't really mind the rain. I know the fish don't mind because they're just sitting down there chilling in some water anyway. So they're not too worried about getting their hair wet. But what happens when it rains out here is all these rocks get wet and they get super slippery. That's another reason too that I don't really wear waders right now, is because I would just be walking around with wet feet, or you know, wet boots. That gets dangerous. Whoa! Already starting to get slick. All right, I'm just gonna give this one a few passes and see if anything's right here. It's actually pretty shallow right there. I'm just getting stuck in rocks. All right, let's continue. There's actually a split in the river right here. What I wouldn't give to be able to get right in there. I know that spot's probably never been fished. Oh, and it just looks wonderful. Oh well, let's fish what we have. One year when the river was like crazy high up here, right? It was way up here. Right on the back side of this tree, I caught one of the biggest trout of my life. Just chilling in there. You can see why. I mean, it's a nice little undercut, everything gets slowed down. See, areas like this look really enticing. They look really good. You can even see there's some salmon eggs down there on the rock, which maybe somebody's been watching my other YouTube videos. In that case, I blame myself. But anyway, out here is where the trout are gonna be. Right, this looks good. The water's slow, it's deep, but I just don't know if there's going to be enough oxygen in there. As I look down, I don't know if you can see the sand line here. Immediately into the water, the sand gets dark, which tells me there's a lot of algae there, and that algae is dead and it's decomposing, and so that actually like sucks out all the oxygen from the water. Now, you might get something out here in these little runs that are happening, but you'd be way better out there in between those rocks if you could get there. Okay, I'm gonna go try to fish right through here and see what's down in that area. So that's what you're really looking for. Found a bobber on the ground, or as us fly fishermen like to call them, an indicator, right? Indicator. Bobber, that kind of, you know, insinuates that you're fishing with bait, but an indicator means that you're fly fishing and you are elite. So don't let them tell you otherwise. Anyway, pick that up, we'll take that home. This bus is just not gonna work anymore, but we'll keep it out of the river. All right, we're just gonna go back and forth out there. This is a good drift. All right, I have moved into this little rock outcropping. We're just gonna break this apart. All right, I'm gonna start close, and then I'll just continue to move further and further away. The reason that I start close is because you don't want to catch a fish. Ooh. You don't want to catch a fish way out there, drag it through everything, spook all the other fish. You also don't want to be slapping your line up on the water. There's a rock or something right there. All right, I'm gonna start to go farther and farther away. If you mess up on a cast, just let it drift. I mean, you've already cast it, right? Don't go pulling everything out and, you know, trying to do it over again. Just let it go. Just let it run. So many of these fly guides out here, they start you off just slinging a fly back and forth through the air, and then that kind of sticks with you. You feel like you have to just continue to do that, but you don't. Right? I don't even really change my line here. I just pull up and then send it out in a different spot. And believe it or not, unless you're fishing on a big open river or from a boat, this is pretty much all you ever really do. Fly fishing. Oh, missed that one. The problem is, whenever you're hooking a fish downstream, it's already facing upstream, so it's a lot harder on the hook set. That was good right in there though. We'll keep fishing it. Fish have a short memory. The sun has come out just a little bit. Those misses, oh, they're the worst. So I'm just a little bit farther out now, just keep breaking it down, even though I know where that fish is at over there. I'm just gonna keep breaking this down. So who knows where that fish moved off to after it hit my line and I yanked it out of its mouth. That one was on a rock. Eventually I'll get to the other side of that rock over there. Let's see if we can get enough lift on this to get us on the other side of that rock. Nope, not quite. So for that one, I'm gonna let a little more line out, and then I'm gonna hold it way up off the water out there. Now you see how I'm in that other run? Come on, up and over the rock, up and over the rock. There we go. I do that because I want to fish the other side of that pocket water too. Fish are looking both ways. They have two eyes. And then sometimes I just let it swing on the backside of these rocks in case like some fish was following it. It's just waiting for it to settle. Maybe it was moving too fast. All right, now we're gonna move on. I can sit there and try to catch a fish that I know is there, but it also knows I'm here. I can move on, try to catch another one by surprise. Complicated little area. Look at all that's going on. So I'm gonna start off just like before. You just break it down in smaller sections. I'm gonna start off here. I'm gonna fish this run. Then I'm going to start up here, and I'm gonna try to get my fly to go into this run. And then I'll go around it on the backside, try to come here. Then I'll fish it down around here, in between there, and so on. Ooh, that wind's cold. It's blowing right at me. Good thing is I'm only making, 30-foot casts, so it's not a big deal. Get out here and try to get on the backside now. almost perfect. Landed right on top of that rock, but I'm hung up. All right, for this one, when I'm hung up on the back side of that rock, I'm gonna try to send like a little roll cast over there. See how I did that? And then that pulls that off. All right, now back to where I was. Just trying to get to that pocket water right there. See, now it comes on the back side of this rock. At least it's supposed to. There we go. Oh, it was so soft, I didn't think I had one. Different spot. I'm gonna fish this seam along this hole. I would like to catch at least one more fish for this video. This is probably my last spot before I go back up to the truck. It's a big, deep run. So for these ones, I'm just letting it drift a long time after it goes through. There we go. Oh, I don't want to lose. I got to pull him back up through the current. So for this one, I do not want him to break the water. So I'm just watching for his colors to come up. Oh, get out of that one. It's like a weird little eddy. You got to be careful in the eddies because the water current will actually change direction on you. If I can get him over here, I will slide down these rocks. Oh, he's breaking. There we go. Nice little guy. And there he goes. I don't know if you can see him right here. Oh, and he swam off. Now I'm on the slippery side of a rock, but if you have any questions, make sure that you put those down in the comments. If you have any suggestions or pointers, throw those in there. If it's really good, I'll pin it and stick it to the top. Like always, if this was helpful, if this helped you out anyway, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so that you see these videos as soon as they come out. All right, everyone, I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.